We need to talk about Fortnite. I don't normally make these sort of videos, but we need to study how this game has gone from this to this. To do this, we need to delve into the pit of abyss of misses that Fortnite have had over recent years. So sit back and ponder to yourself, how on earth did we get from this to this in 2 seasons of the game? And by the end of the video, we'll find out this game's evolution has made the game's updates and the way it is now. Fortnite was a game that started back in 2017.
It's a game called Fortnite. It's free.
When it launched, it had glaring issues that were addressed at the launch of Season 2 of the game. We then got a graphics overhaul, smoother gameplay at the launch of the original Season 3, and then from Season 3 all the way to the ultimate end of Chapter 1 in Season X, we had fresh ideas introduced by Epic every season. Trolleys in Season 3, Hop Rocks in Season 4, Rifts in Season 5, Cube Fragments in Season 6, Planes in Season 7, Cannons in Season 8, Turbines in Season 9, and Mechs in Season 10. And I'd like to highlight Planes. This is the first item that Epic added for fun, that completely split the player base down the middle.
There's a plane now.
Oh my god, there's an airplane!
Wait, what the?
Oh my god!
But then we got Mechs. Let me just leave this here.
What? Where did that kid just go? What? It's invisible!
This was when Epic started adding things to the game that had no place being so good. We got the addition of the shakedowns in Chapter 2 Season 2, but not a lot of original items each season that made each season feel fresh like before. There was no reason to play many of Chapter 2 seasons, and Chapter 2 Season 3 was just a mass flood of the map. We added sharks that jumped you, cars that had you waste the inventory spot to carry a jerry can. This was a decent season, but the Marauders, yeah, we won't talk about.
I don't miss a shot, yo, we're cracked.
Chapter 2 Season 4 introduced a lot of new items, including all of the Marvel mythics, and it sticks out like a sore thumb in a cement mixer of absolute trash. That followed in the next 2 seasons. Chapter 2 Season 5 introduced sand tunneling, which they then removed. This was the season where I decided, yeah, that I was done with the game. And then the next season, Chapter 2 Season 6, well...
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
What a load of oh shit!
Chapter 2 Season 7 then added a new overhaul of items again. UFOs were broken, and another UFO ship abductions was so fun to get kidnapped off the streets by Larry the alien upstairs. Season 8 also introduced a lot of new things, and a lot of people did take a giant turd on this season, but I personally really enjoyed it and thought it was quite fun. It does have its flaws, but putting bias aside, they added cube weapons and bosses that was really fun and added a new dynamic to game plans. Chapter 2's biggest problem, which we're gonna get to just later, just overall, is just map changes. This is Season 1, this is Season 10. This is Season 1, this is Season 5. Like, it doesn't change enough. Then we got into Chapter 3. One of the best introductions to a Fortnite season. The map was great in general, the Spider-Man mythic was so fun, Colombos were cool, the loot pool was great, and it was just a great time to play the game. And then they kind of just fumbled it. We had one of the most poorly timed seasons about war possibly of all time, and it honestly sucked in my opinion. I'm not a zero build hater, I do play it, but Epic Games, brave and bold to remove builds. The selling point of the game, from the game for about 3 weeks, it sucked. This season added some pretty interesting things like cow catchers were good for cover and zero build, but it didn't bring a lot to the table. Season 3, the party season. Introduced loot trees. I'm still very mixed on these, they were very cool, but it was kind of annoying to get killed by a legendary shotgun off of drop. Things they added this season just weren't impactful enough, but it was fun. Season 4, oh what a fumble this was. We added a sticky substance. This was the season that made you trace a blink through walls, supposedly, but it didn't seem to happen very often, and I'd find myself hitting the wall instead of phasing through it. The season sucked. Chapter 4 was interesting once again. Season 1 introduced a great loot pool, the hammer and the purple sword rifle thing that exploded. Season 2 was also great. The map changes were insane. The Japanese area was cool. The katana was a great traverse option. And the hot springs were a really good addition. Season 3. Yikes. We added the jungle, and the Tarzan swinging and the vine riding, which was cool. They were cool traversability options. The loot pool was kind of cool. I liked the flapjack rifle. I don't mind the lever action. A lot of people trash on it. But the jungle was an unneeded addition to a map that I really enjoyed playing on. It made it kind of hard to get through and traverse the map because the jungle was kind of just slap bang in the middle. Season 4 was great. It introduced cool POIs, guns, not the one-stage shotgun, no, Jesus fuck. I really liked this, but then we got OG. And OG, this was great. Players returned in mass numbers, and the OGs rallied together to take down the Sweats. This was a time to be alive, and a solid week of this was great. Then I think the updates kind of ruined it in the fact that they were weekly. The recapture of OG didn't feel authentic, I didn't think. And the addition of the drum shotgun really had me headbutting the desk on a regular basis. But, like, they was just the smaller things. We got Season 7 back, but we were missing Happy Hamlet and Polar Peak. Now, okay, they're minor locations, but it just didn't feel like we got those locations back that, you know, I personally landed Happy Hamlet all of the time in the ice area. So for me that was a big miss.
I look like a villain out of those blockbusters.
Chapter 5 rolled in. Strong, great weapons, the map was amazing. The movement looked like you'd just come out of having a rough time up the ass. But the season was fun to play and had a great start to the chapter that had great potential. The train was interesting but not amazing and wasn't worth landing on. The medallions were I think they're a very average addition to the game. I really feel like this season, in particular, I don't feel like there's medallions worth landing on, other than the infinite ammo one. I'm just saying. I feel like they're an addition to the game that happened. They were good because they gave you shield, but now I feel like they're slacking a bit. Season 2, this is where my main gripe comes in with Fortnite seasonal updates. Themed weapons, the Zeus Lightning Bolt was way too strong. It penetrates your health, your builds, and your mum before you can even say the word Boomba. But these items were added regularly. Deku Smash, Goku Power Up thing that I'm not going to try and pronounce because I'm going to get absolutely roasted. The JJK stuff, especially the purple ball of imminent doom, Doctor Doom's items in the Marvel season, the Infinity Blade. These are just a minimalistic few, but I feel like the ones I can remember most. But most of recently, the killer cars that have been added, oh dear god, kill Junker Queen, and then you gain the purple car of Doom. Why is it with bad shit and being purple? Thanos, the cube, lack of blood flow around the body. This car's busted along with others. You could literally just mod the front of them to have a cow catcher, and they get through builds easier than the opportunity for a Minecraft YouTuber to speak to a miner. So all of this just seems like a big review of the game on the whole. But we have a lot to look at the bigger pictures than just items added to the game. While the Chapter 5 loot pool sucks more than around the roads, the map changes and the battle pass just aren't appealing. This started in Season 9 of Chapter 1 in my opinion, and I think it has consistently carried over since. The map changes can hit sometimes, Chapter 2 Season 2 and Chapter 2 Season 4, but recent ones, like the newest 2 to the map in Chapter 5, aren't that appealing in my opinion. Don't bring a lot to the table. Olympus area looks great and nice, but it doesn't bring out a whole lot. It doesn't bring out a whole lot of potential, and isn't a place I personally land. And on the opposite end of the spectrum, Grimgate looks like just took a giant piss over it, but it offers a good traverse option in the blinks. The new sand area in the game, what does it bring? A Ramco oil rig? I never land over there, and I don't think I ever will. And the mythics just aren't great in my opinion either. The point is, the locations that they used to add to the game brought cool things to the table and had appealing sub-locations with them. And just look at the desert in Chapter 1. We had Paradise Palms, but we had all of the sub-locations around it. We lack that now. The areas that we used to have brought potential for cool fights and didn't feel too congested. I feel like we have that now as well. But the final thing that I want to speak on is the events that we get now. We used to get really cool summer events with cool map changes and items, and winter and Halloween along with that. But now we get the Tesla Cybertruck in the game. Had cool challenges for appealing battle pass skins that you wanted to achieve, but these skins as well have they've gone from looking like they belong in an art museum to a pub wall. Megalodon compared to Ragnarok or even Drift looks nothing like it. I looked forward to looking at what cool cosmetics and the locations would be in a new season of the game, but now I wait for a season fully well knowing that the cosmetics won't be as good as we have seen before. And the map changes as well, they happen, and they're about as engaging as Lord of the Rings. Epic took a W this season by changing the loot pool in comp and removing the legendary cars from it, but overall Fortnite has just gotten the standards that they set themselves for maps and for skins, for loot pool, is underwhelming. But they have done it well recently. They just need to bring back the level of originality with skins and try and move away from making emotes to tier 100 and having simple styles carry over 2 pages of the same skin. We need the level of simplicity back with the tier 100s and the skins we used to get and the locations they added. I think the game did a full 180 this season and it turned it around. But I think Epic need to have a serious look at the state of the loot pool. But that's what I think. If you guys disagree, subscribe. If you guys agree, do that too. We're trying to hit 1k by the end of the summer, so if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.